Hello, Internet, and welcome to another episode of Slaying 101 here on Game Nights. I am your host and your keeper of monsters and your friend and general disaster, Savvy. And we're here to play a game. But before we do that, announcements. I don't have any because I never remember to look and see if we have any before we start. So you can check out all of our regularly scheduled content here on GGK. If you're watching this live with us on Twitch, down on the page below our faces, we've got D&D. We've got Monster of the Week now. We got Monster of the Weeks on Thursdays. We have video games. We have more D&D sometimes, so we have a lot of stuff.
Tidefall Wednesday, what?
Yeah, Tidefall Wednesdays. We got D&D then, we got D&D on Saturdays, we got all kinds of stuff. So yeah, check out our schedule. It's also pinned to our Twitter. It's also available on our Discord, which you should click the link for down below and join and come talk to us about our shows, because we would love to be your friends. And in addition to all of our live streams, we also have not one, but two podcasts now. We are still running Cyberscape, which I think this past week we just had a new episode come out of. I think that was last week. I've been traveling a lot, so I don't know when anything happened anymore in the last couple weeks. So check that out. And then just earlier this week, a couple of days ago, we released the second episode of Storyboard, which is the podcast that Sean and I do together. It is the first story episode of our Heroes and Villains arc, in which I pretend like I know how to run the Cypher system, and Sean plays a superhero. And it's very fun.
Hey.
We had a lot of fun doing it, so check that out on the Castbox and the iTunes and all of your podcatchers. I think that's it. Is there anything else? Sean, channel-wise, am I missing anything?
Don't think so.
Then I'm gonna let you fools talk for a second. You know me. I'm Savvy Seaworth. General Disaster. Who's next? GB, you talk to the people.
GB was trying to host you guys. Okay.
Thanks, GB.
I'm Graybeard of Graybeard Tavern, and I play a lot of games. Check out my Twitter for all those wonderful scheduling things, because it's changing around, and the season still goes through November, so once I fix it, it should be good for a bit. Other than that, I'll be playing Rex Machina, the conspiracy theory flake, ex-mental patient today, and texting away. That's it for me.
All right. Sid with the blonde hair.
Hello. Hi, I'm Greek Sid. You're gonna see me here on Wednesdays. This Wednesday, it's a Wednesday Prime. Yay, Tidefall. And you can see me every other Tuesday over on Femin PC for Neverland 5e. Hashtag he's a lich. I'm just not even bother with the hashtag. It's a serious thing and we need to deal with it. It's gonna be a problem, but it's all good. And then I'm here on Sundays. And then, life and stuff. So, hi. Also, we have Bits. Oh, hey, Bits. Hi, Bits.
Oh, Bits.
We got Bits. Sorry. Anyway, I'm easily distracted. I am playing Sally the Monstrous.
Yeah. Rob.
It me. Hello. Hi. I'm sorry. Why am I like this?
We adore you.
It's okay. We'll
First
edit
of
it
all,
out.
Please.
This isn't live. It's fine. We'll get it in post. It's cool.
Edit me out. Just green screen me out. I've made two observations. Hello, I'm Rob. Sid, I realized the other day that back in the day, I remember, my first impression of you was hashtag Peter Pan's a dick. I thought about it the other day. I was like, oh, memories. And Savvy, I'm really upset that it's not Monster of Ceremonies in this game.
Oh, that's the pun I was looking for.
I'm really upset that it's not Monster of Ceremonies.
I'm writing that down now. So I'm introducing myself next time.
Dope. With that said, I'm Rob, your resident pun lord, meme lord, and just overall, I don't know why you put me on this channel. I'll be playing Travis, the Steely Boy, or the Crooked if you're, following the book.
Oops, what?
Meaning he
Slid-
steals things, not that
I-
he's made of steel.
I mean, you don't know my life.
Maybe he,
I could be.
I'm the monster of ceremonies. I do know your life.
You're not wrong. So that's me. Hi, hello.
That
Sweet.
was literally just as we scripted it. Good job. LB!
Hi, I'm
And
LB Hackemup, and this is Asmodeus, and he is truly a little devil in disguise,
I'd make a
Uh,
pact. I'm just saying.
right? I am playing Abby, the expert, who is maybe in a den of witches right now, most likely. It's great. You can find me at LB Hackemup on Twitter. I play a lot of games. I usually retweet them, so follow me there.
That's me.
Sean,
Oh, sorry,
that's
I wasn't
you,
paying
you're
attention.
last.
Hi, I'm Sean at the Kraken King on Twitter. I play Win, the Hex, hashtag Skies Out, Thighs Out. And yeah, that's me. I edit the podcast or produce the podcast that Savannah talked about just a minute ago, so I won't go over that again.
Great. Good job, everyone. We did it again. All right, another
We got through it
successful stream.
alive.
Thanks for joining us,
We
everyone.
got through it.
Also, I'm so angry that I don't know, LB, where you were yesterday, because I was looking for the name Asmodeus for like a million years in my head during our yesterday's stream of Saturday nights. And
Oh,
I
and
could
you're like, I
not
can't think
find
of the
it.
name. of
Could
these demons.
not find that name, and there it goes. So I'm gonna write that down. I'm done.
Nice.
Great introductions all around. Good job. All right, so we are going to pick up exactly where we left off. No time skips, no shenanigans. I am going to put on some spookier music for this.
I don't know where we left off.
You about to find out.
Oh, buddy.
I'm scared.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, that's what I want. Where last we left off, we had begun in earnest a new mystery. Strange things had been happening all around campus. You encountered, let's see, we talked about the swim team guy last time. You encountered a member of the swim team who was spouting his deepest, darkest secrets and feelings to the entire campus. Seemingly, there was something wrong with him, is really what I'm trying to say. I can't think of the word I'm trying to say. But he was doing that. There was an uproar in which an entire 96-person calculus class all received perfect marks on an exam, throwing the ever terrible and slightly sexist creep professor into a tizzy. There were some rumors that Sally picked up while at work at the bar. The Centurion, that a member of the student government organization, had been caught stealing from it. An anonymous tip had been called in. She was picked up. She was arrested with a lot of money in her car. And then finally, Rex and Sally, you witnessed the terrible injury of Courtney Jameson, one of the senior staples of the theater department, who during a rehearsal fell through an unsecured trapdoor on the stage, shattering one of her legs, landing her in the hospital. Abby and Wynn, you went to visit her in the hospital and led us through another very awkward and very strange conversation, discussing sort of what happened with Courtney, and snagging out of her purse before you left a hex bag that had been placed there by someone, you're not sure who. All of that sort of coming together, you decided it's probably witches. I mean, we'll see. I don't know if you guys are sure. but you decided as a group to send Abby into the proverbial lion's den. She successfully lied her way in to a book club meeting in which they talked about a book, talked a little bit about their problems. Abby talked a little bit about one specific boy problem she's been having. And the group decided to let Abby stick around for the second half of their meeting, during which they pulled out a very large, very old leather-bound tome, symbols on the front, and several candles, and started setting up for a different kind of book club, I would say. And that's where we left. So, before I ask all of those of you that were here last time what you were doing, Rob,
Hi.
I
Hello.
need you first and foremost
Okay.
to just make a quick roll for me.
This will go well.
And I'm not gonna tell anybody what it's for, which is the fun
Okay.
part.
This is cool.
I'm gonna
Just
have you. Go ahead.
No. I was gonna say just like a flat roll, but then you were gonna explain it. So.
Yes, I'm gonna have you roll for me a read a bad situation, which is a
Okay.
plus sharp. So I just need the outcomes for these.
Doop, and doop.
Okay. And then I'm gonna have you roll an act under pressure, which is a plus cool.
I'm the coolest. I'm like partially cool.
A 10 and a 9. Okay. Yeah. We talked about what you've been doing
Yeah.
up until this point. So yeah. You can interpret those how you will, and I'll keep them in mind. But after all of the shenanigans that you got up to while you were
Okay.
gone, what are you doing?
So I guess like how much time has passed since I was seen by the group last? Like I know there was like a little bit of a time skip before like the swimmer was weird and the
Mhm.
test was weird and everything. Like how much time did the group spend last time getting Abby into this like book club and everything?
Yes. So the last time anyone saw you, you were all on a video call, but Wynn was the last one to see you in person when you
Okay.
were sort of outside with that group, that giant group of math students who had come out and they were throwing papers everywhere and the professor was having a meltdown. That was the last time that anyone has seen you in person. That was, let's see, that happened that morning. This is the following day around 5:30. So it's been about
Like a day and a half almost.
about 36 hours or so.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And so where is the group currently?
They're at the library
Okay.
on campus.
All right. Yeah, so I think as part of the book club is happening at the library, or
Yes. So the book club is having a meeting
Got it.
this evening that Abby is attending in one of the study rooms in the library.
Uh-huh.
So she is there. Everyone else is sort of buzzing around, and I'll ask you guys sort of exactly where you are, but is at that location, sort of buzzing around.
Got it.
In case anything goes terribly wrong.
Okay, yeah, so I think Travis just kind of in his Travis way sort of like schleps up with no explanation, just like, oh hey, like this is what we're doing. Just shows up. I think he's snacking on like cashews or something.
Where the hell you been?
Around. I got stuff. Business stuff.
Yeah.
What's going on? Kids
Abby.
fighting witches?
One, it's a library, and two, Abby's kind of sticking her neck out right now, so keep it down. I'm trying to listen.
Gotcha. Then he just crunches on some cashews.
I do need a reminder whether we're all together right now.
I was going to leave that up to the four of you. So I am imagining if she's trying to listen that Sally is fairly close to this room, sort of hanging out
Has not left since she went in.
outside.
And
Okay.
Rex is listening in on the phone, like
Right.
on Abby's phone. She left it on for us, and
Right.
he's just texting along as need be.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume I'm with Sally right now,
Okay.
so
All
I'm
right,
there with
so
them.
fairly close proximity.
Okay.
All of you. So yeah, Travis shows up with a snack.
Yeah. Just
Also, don't let the librarian see you with that, because she's gonna kick your ass.
I think I could take a little librarian lady.
Oh no, you can't. No.
Yeah, she's a bit into Krav Maga, and she takes my class regularly.
Oh.
I saw her throw one of the linebackers on the football team out of here one day. Yeah, it was intense.
You got any openings in this
Real
class?
good with the throat punch too. I'm just throwing that out there. She's been working on it. This has been a while, but she's working on it.
Got any openings in this class? This sounds pretty dope.
Yeah, you gonna pay for it? Come on in.
I don't get like a discount?
Sure, 25% off.
Nice.
I gotta make a living too here, you know.
That's fair. I respect it. All right, fine. Last call for nuts.
I'm full.
Square, thanks.
Cool. Shut up, LB.
Okay. So,
So
is your
yeah, Travis pockets the cashews.
is
You
your,
child.
we got to talk more about this librarian character later.
I'm scared.
I
don't
love
know
her.
this. I honestly, I don't know what happened last time. I assumed that I was gonna learn that she kicked Wynn's ass. I'll be perfectly honest.
That's
No,
a
I-
character that you just made up.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah. We just made her up. I think her name is
Love it.
Winton, and
name's
she's
what
like
now?
Ms. Winton. She's in her like mid 40s, like short cropped hair, like
Good is
really
good.
dope, like glasses, and like doesn't really show it, but like if you looked really close, like she's ripped.
Nice. All right, I'm down.
Sally's class.
Cool.
Right
We're
on the
excited.
NPC list.
I want to learn Krav Maga now.
Maybe she'll show up. All right.
Hell yeah.
So, the rest of you are sort of waiting outside Sally, with Wynn and Travis close by, listening near the door. Rex listening to what's going on the phone. Abby, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that we sort of left off last time with you rolling essentially for your reaction to all of these things being pulled out.
Yes.
And I think you did pretty good.
I used a luck to be pretty good.
That's what I'm remembering. There you go. All right. So yeah. So you continue to watch as they start to set up this round table kind of in the middle of the study room, pushing everything to the side. Lost all my NPC names. Really should learn the names of the characters that I make up. It seems like a lot of work, but Brianna,
yeah,
the
Emily,
sort of
Destiny, Rihanna.
yes. So Brianna, the one that sort of welcomed you
Mhm.
in and seems to be kind of leading the group, taking these things out of her bag, sets a sort of large book on the center of the table. The other girl sort of helping her kind of set up candles in a ring and things like that. And I think the other members of the group are every so often kind of looking over at you, gauge your reaction, but you're super chill. And I guess sort of playing it off as just being interested in the new thing in the room.
Mhm.
So yeah, she takes all the stuff out and starts to get set up. And for a few minutes, they all just sort of sit around again, sort of in the circle. Brianna kind of welcoming you in to sit in a chair next to her.
Abby sits. What is this? What are we doing?
Well, that's what we're going to talk about now. So, we sort of dabble in some different arts and studies here in our little group. I mean, you seem like a smart girl. I think you've probably figured out what's going on.
Yeah, but like, this is like magic stuff?
Sure. Some of us call it that. Magic, the arcane arts, witchcraft, even. We don't necessarily prefer that term anymore, but to each their own. So we're just going to sort of do our little group check-in and see how everything is going for everyone. And she turns to Destiny, who is sort of sitting across the table from you and from Brianna, and sort of looks at her and says, "So Destiny is our latest sort of project leader, I guess you could say. I'm sort of the most experienced of the group, so we've all been trying to learn a little bit more, pick up things here and there, and so this last meeting it was her turn. So we would just like to check in, see how she's feeling, and see if anything has sort of come to fruition for her." So she again turns to Destiny, and Destiny takes the floor, and she talks a little bit. She says she's like, I'm feeling really well. I could not, no strange happenings, no strange side effects, and the last project we implemented, it really worked, and they're all really excited, and sort of get a little golf clap. And Brianna turns back to you and says, "So, Abby,
Mhm.
you told me when you came in, you're having a little bit of boy trouble."
Yeah, kind of. It's complicated,
Well, let's if you're comfortable, I mean, we'd love to hear a little bit more about it. I mean, we, book club and, always like learning, but we're also friends.
Yeah. Well, he's a friend that kind of we had a history together, and he's kind of been dabbling in some bad things that he thinks he has control over, but I don't think he does, and it's worrying me, but he's kind of being a jackass about it, so yeah.
I think one of the other girls pipes up and says, "Oh, I've definitely been there." Is it like a drinking thing, like a drug thing? It reads a little bit like addiction to me. So
yeah, definitely.
I think they all kind of look around each other and they're like, "Well, I mean, you're new, first day, but I think we can trust you."
Yeah, I don't have many friends, so it's not like I can tell anyone.
Do you want to try something?
Like what?
Well, what we have sort of been up to lately is really trying to like empower ourselves through this kind of work that we are doing here, and so we do a little work a little magic, as it were, to help the people in our lives sort of see the things that they are doing that are hurting us, so we can right those things for their sake and ours.
Cool. Where did you guys learn all this?
Oh, it's sort of a family thing for me, and so I met the girls and here we are.
Cool. Is that where you got the book?
Yeah, it's an heirloom, I guess is the right word.
Cool.
So your friend,
Mm.
you want to try something to set him straight?
Sure. Well, what would it do?
Well, It depends on, what his actual problem is. We find sort of starting small really works. Maybe
Mhm.
trying to edge in, not bad things, not harmful things, but maybe sort of some more negative effects as a result of the bad behavior that's happening. That tends to work.
Mm-hmm.
Little like negative reinforcement.
Oh, but he's not gonna get hurt, right?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
Okay. So, let's see what we have. She stands up and goes over to the book on the table, flips it open, and starts kind of thumbing through and says, I think I know just the thing. So the first thing we are going to do is perform our little mantra here that we have to sort of build up the energy in our circle. So we're going to take hands.
Cool. As she's thumbing through the book, can Abby get a look at some of the contents of it and see what she can identify?
Sure. Let's see. We can do... I'll say we'll do plus sharp in a like read a bad situation sort of thing.
Sure.
We'll see how well you do.
11.
11, that's very good.
Oh, I'm very smart.
All right. Yeah, so we have a list of questions there. Let's see.
You said read a bad situation?
Yeah, I don't know if any of them necessarily pertain to this.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I guess if I can ask something that's not on the list, it would be like, what level of magic is this? Like, is this all really basic stuff, or does this seem like an ancient text that they shouldn't have?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I think for you, especially sitting so close, it's pretty easy to tell. This is the big stuff.
Oh,
This is something that I don't know. I don't think you're sure how she got it. Whether or not her story checks out. But she did not find this in the library. She did not order this off Amazon.
yeah.
This is very, very old, and some of the stuff that she has flipped past is real serious stuff,
Okay.
and it's all real.
Yeah. How comfortable is she with this? How, like, does it seem like she's had this for a while and she knows what she's looking for in the book? Or
Yeah, I would say so. I think as she flips through, she's kind of skimming very quickly. I think maybe muttering under her breath just a little bit. She flips to the page she wants, kind of skims it, and just kind of settles in to, yep, this is what I'm looking for.
Cool. And then what's the best way to protect the victims? As in, how can I mess up this spell so it's not super obvious that I'm messing up this spell?
Let's see. If you the spell that she landed on, it seems is something fairly simple, kind of from what you can see. A small passage, a couple of kind of instructions at the bottom, and nothing major, no major demon symbols or anything like that.
Solid.
No sort of summoning involved. Really, and from what you can tell, it seems like it would theoretically do what she said it did. It would kind of target whatever behavior you want to stop, and sort of lay the groundwork for some kind of very, very minor, one-off curse. So if the behavior happened again, something unlucky or uncomfortable, but thematically appropriate would happen.
Boy, are they going to be mistaken.
Are we able to hear this?
Rex definitely is. Yeah, I think you guys are sort of getting bits and pieces, but anything that you're not getting, Rex can fill in the gaps. But yeah, I think to disrupt it, I mean, there's a couple of things you can do. There are some basic sigils to be drawn out. If you could find a way to mess those up, disrupt them, get one of them in there backwards, something like that.
Yeah.
If and I think you also sort of know about stuff like this, like what she's saying about the mantra and like the
Yeah.
energies of the circle and all that stuff. Like that stuff is legit to some extent. So if there is sort of any disruption in that, or somebody like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
particularly with covens, like if there's somebody that's not into it,
Yeah.
it's not gonna, you know,
Yeah.
the power level is just not there.
Yeah. Abby will say the name of this, like she'll read over her shoulder the name of the spell, like in a, oh, is that what that is? Interesting. So that they can hear it.
Okay. Yeah, I think Brianna's sort of looking at you and kind of squints a little bit as you do this, and she's like, okay. So
Alright.
let's get started. The rest of you that are outside.
I'm gonna turn to Hex, you got any protection magic or something you can kind of do on yourself real quick?
Yeah, hold on. Hold on. Like
Does
flipping
it
through my
Tim?
book here.
I was gonna say, did you ever actually say that it was Win, or is
Nope.
everyone just? I mean, not that it's unreasonable
yeah,
for you guys
if
to
it's-
assume that it is.
Wynn's not the sharpest crayon in the box, but I think he figured this one out.
Sally knew what she was talking about the second she started talking.
That's very good.
So I swear to God, if they like blow up my head or something.
I'm guessing more like you're gonna feel like you got a hangnail for like a week. Like, I don't think it's gonna be anything that's gonna like kill you, but it's definitely not gonna be good. So
Yeah, I don't really trust that they really know what they're doing right now anyway.
so protection magic probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have my sympathetic token that I took.
Yes.
So I have two
You
thoughts.
have some of Abby's hair in your pocket.
Yes. Well, in
This
a
game got
hex
really
bag.
weird really
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah. I was thinking I can either
Oh, right. Yeah.
attempt to use magic against Abby to disrupt the spell, or just use magic to protect myself.
Let's go with protect yourself, cause knowing your track record, I might have to kill you tonight. So
All right, fine. I don't know if there's something specifically in there's bar, a place, or a type of creature. I don't think there's really something that I can use to protect myself here.
Well, I'm gonna say there is, because you can get rid of curses, I think, with use
yeah,
magic.
banish a spirit or a curse from a
Yeah,
person, place, or
I
object.
mean, I would say like along that vein, you can probably, since you have enough warning, try to like ward from a curse,
Sure.
since you know it's happening, and since you also know like what the spell is called, because Abby just said it out loud. I don't
Yeah.
know what it's called, but it's called something in Latin, probably. It's usually in Latin.
Mm-hmm.
Then yeah, if I can do that, then I'll
Yeah, I
will
think you can do that.
attempt to counterspell.
It's gonna be really boring if I say no.
Yep. Should I go ahead and roll, or wait to see how successful the ritual is?
appetitus indignatium. That's what it's called.
That's good.
Lack of appetite.
I'll leave that choice up to you. I think that's a choice Win has to make.
All right, I'll go and.
Do you want to wait and see if
Nope.
Abby can screw it up? Or...
I'm just gonna do it.
Okay.
It's weird. No modifier. It's a 9.
Okay. So we did your effect.
I have a
Choose your
glitch.
glitch.
Jesus. Okay. I'll go with. I think this will be the most interesting. Is to say, out of character, Win wouldn't want this, and none of them would want it. But this magic draws immediate unwelcome attention. I think is the most interesting.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. So.
Also, none of my glitches affect me, so that's the other thing.
Convenient.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay. How? My question with that one is always how serious and or silly do I want this to be? Alright, immediate unwelcome attention. Okay.
Oh.
When you start to cast a spell, and it's sort of going off successfully, no problems, and there is this sort of brief pulse of energy that kind of covers you. You feel this warmth, almost like you put on a nice magic jacket, very briefly. It's not going to last forever, but if you get hit with a curse in the next little bit, it'll be enough to shield you. However, as the spell ends, the pulse is a little bit bigger than you imagine, and there is this not super loud, but this like this rustling kind of cracking sound. And Travis, all of your cashews are just now all over the floor.
Ah, dude, what the hell?
Pick him up. Pick him up right now. Quick. Pick him up. Get him up. Get him up.
I didn't even.
Get him up right now. You
All
don't
right.
want to know what the consequences will be. Get them up.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, all right. Travis is going to pick up his nuts.
Off the floor. And
Which
Abby
nuts?
from
I know what I said.
D's nuts.
Gotti.
There is just a moment, I think, where Abby from inside the room, I think you hear Sally's voice going, "Pick 'em up." But she's a little bit loud, and then starts to quiet down again. I think one of the girls that's like sitting close to the door is kind of like, "What the hell?" And kind of like peeks out the small window of the study room. I don't think she sees the rest of you, but I think she does see Travis outside, kind of scrabbling around on the floor, picking up nuts. God damn it. But yeah, I think there's this moment where she kind of makes eye contact with you through this like long, like thin window, and is like, just turns back around and walks back into the room. And Abby, I think you just hear her go, "There's some weirdo outside."
It's the library. There's a lot of weirdos here.
There. So, we doing this?
Yeah.
All
Should be
right.
fun.
Let's
Sorry.
do it. So they are going to set up this ritual. You're going to try to disrupt it.
Yep.
What would you like to do?
I am going to break the concentration of the circle by starting to work on math problems in my head
Okay.
instead of concentrating on the spell.
Okay. Interesting. I love it. I'm gonna have you to please roll probably an act under pressure.
Or should I do help or interfere?
Oh, you could do that. Let's see.
I mean, I would rather roll sharp, but
I'm going to say we'll keep help or interfere to specifically for other hunters.
sure.
Well, that would be interesting. Yeah, let's go. Let's do act under pressure.
Sure.
I think those
Oh,
are
they're both
same
plus
roll.
cool. Yeah.
All right, let's just for my purposes.
That's a 6. That's 6.
Okay. Yeah, on a miss, things go to hell. So you fill in your place in the circle, taking hands, with Brianna on one side of you, and let's pick a different one. Madison hadn't gotten to do much yet, even though she's there. She's also a member of this group.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll put her on the other side of you, Destiny across the other two, or the other 2 or 3 on the other side of the table. You all take hands, Brianna to your right, and the door to the room behind you. The rest of them close their eyes and focus in, and all together start a sort of slow chant of initially their mantra, and then Brianna sort of starts to lead the group in this spell out of this book. You are not concentrating on it. You are doing math in your head and definitely not thinking about Win at all, which is going to screw up their spell quite a bit. So you stand there for a moment, sort of listening to them chant and kind of picking up, really kind of focusing on your math, and the room goes quiet and nothing happens, which sometimes is the case with witchcraft. And I'm assuming you did not close your eyes like the rest
just
of
like
them.
looking back and
Yeah.
forth from everyone.
And they're all sort of quiet, and then next to you, Brianna drops her hands and sort of opens her eyes, and she says, well, we can't all get it on the first try.
Oh, it didn't work?
No, but we can try again. It's new to it, first time. Sometimes it's a focus thing, sometimes it's a nerves thing. That's okay. We just need to sort of strengthen that connection you have with this person. So tell you what, we'll work on that. Why don't you guys, we'll take another quick break, like go get some water. I know, go down to the coffee shop, that kind of thing. And Abby, we'll talk for a minute, just the two of us, and we'll see what we can do.
Okay, sure.
And she sort of looks around at the rest of the girls, who very quickly, I think from the rest of you outside, you see the door or hear the door open. And most of the group comes out of the room,
Reading Cycle World upside down.
shutting the door behind them. And so Brianna sort of walks over, shuts the door, and locks it, and turns around, walks back over to where you are, kind of pulls up a chair, and says, so, calculus 1 or 2?
Oh man, I'm way past all that.
I was never very good at math. You seem like you know what you're doing.
Yes, well, so do you.
So, Abby, what's this about?
Well, when people start getting hurt and when things start going public as far as effects go, sometimes you have people check in on you.
Well, if they all do as terrible of a job as you're doing, I think we'll be fine.
Well, I'm not usually the face.
So where are your friends?
Close.
I assume that's one of them outside with the book upside down.
I thought she was gonna say the nuts.
Almost got you there.
It's possible.
And the weirdo, probably yours too, right?
Probably.
Is he the one? No, someone else. That was a real story that you told.
Well, lying best includes the truth. A little bit.
You are a smart girl.
I've been told.
So what is your friend into? Magic, witchcraft?
Something like that. Why did you start this club?
To bring together several like-minded individuals.
And hurting people?
The only people who are getting hurt are the people that are bringing it on themselves.
Sounds a lot like playing God.
If only it were that simple. So, Abby, where do we go from here? I take it you don't want to become a full-time member of book club.
No, I actually really hate clubs, but I do want to make sure that if you are going to continue casting spells and such, you're doing them for good as opposed to for harm.
They've been good. For all of my new friends.
What about for Courtney?
Courtney is a lying, sabotaging bitch.
You know, witches who are bitches tend to end up either imprisoned or worse.
I couldn't thought you were gonna rhyme again.
I'm really upset that you didn't say switches.
So angry.
That was such a tease.
I'd like to use magic to inflict harm on Abby.
Wow! Wow!
No. Honey, you can call me whatever you like. I've been around a long time. I've lived through a lot. Maybe I am a bitch. I didn't lock my old roommate out of our apartment in a fit of jealousy because she got the part I wanted, leading to her getting pneumonia. I didn't steal from the student government organization. I didn't cheat on my girlfriend. I didn't act disgustingly towards all my female students and give them lower grades than their male classmates. And I didn't spend hundreds and hundreds of years treating working class people like trash.
Yes, well, if you give everyone who's been wronged a gun, you're gonna end up with a lot less people. I don't think it's for you or I to decide what punishment they should get, and giving people who are scorned the ability to do whatever they want to someone else isn't right.
Well, we haven't killed anyone.
Not yet.
Not that I think you could stop me if I wanted to, but the situation is complicated. So, what are you going to do now?
Well, I don't think you need to worry about me. I think you need to worry about my friends. Because I'm just the book nerd.
Well, I don't see your friends. I'm assuming they're waiting for your call. So you
No.
can call them in the middle of this library.
I think locking the door was a bad idea because one of my friends is really strong and she could probably just break it in.
I don't pay for upkeep on the library, sweetie.
If we hear that over from Rex, then I'm gonna walk over to the door and knock very loudly.
Well, what happened to be being quiet?
Yeah, Rex sent out, it may be go time.
Thanks.
You guys do. Sally knocks on the door.
I hate this.
Yeah, you and me both, kid.
Are you gonna break it in?
Yeah, just.
You all just stand there staring at each
Is
other.
there no? Is there
we're,
no?
I
is
think
there
we're
no
both
answer on
just.
the door?
I think we're just both looking at Sal just to wait. To
Yeah,
see what she
Is there?
does.
Is there no answer at the door?
I'm clenched.
I doubt it, yeah.
No, you, Abby, you hear this knock at the door, and I think you know who it is at this point. You can assume. And Brianna looks at you. She smiles, and she looks towards the door. And Sally, I think you see her, and she winks at you. And
bust
then
through the door.
she, okay, she goes to get up. Sally, you bust through the door. The rest of you, Sally busts through the door.
Oh, Christ. I'll
What'd it
pull
do?
out a knife.
Oh shit.
Abby's gonna grab for the book.
Okay.
And is there only one way in or out of this place?
Yep. It's a small study room. There's sort of one door in.
In busting through, can I run at her? And with my new my new abilities, I have preternatural speed.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. So you are busting through the door. Abby, she has stood up and started to go for the book you have as well. But Sally, do you have to roll for that, or you just do a
Natural
fast?
speed is. I go much faster than normal people. When I chase or run or flee, I get +1 ongoing. So I would need to roll, but I get a +1 ongoing.
Okay. Yeah. So you take off toward her.
I'm a tackler.
Okay, great. I'm gonna have you roll to kick some ass with that +1 ongoing because you running.
Yeah. All right. So I do that with the weird. With a +1.
Holy.
It's a 16 for all of you out there.
Jeepers creepers!
Oh.
Wow.
Does she just die? Like,
Oh.
all right. Do you yet have the improvement that gives you anything on a 12 plus? Okay. Dang, did you roll double sixes? Is that what's happening here?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Plus the yes, double sixes plus the 3 plus the 1. So 6.
I do not know
Wow.
that I've ever seen that number playing this game. So yeah, you, Abby, you hear the door bust open after this knock, and just in a preternatural blur, you see sort of Sally's blonde hair sort of flying through. I don't even know that you can really like track her movements very well, but she like flies faster than you've ever seen her move through the door and just like form tackles Brianna in front of you. So the two of you go sort of tumbling forward, Sally, with her kind of in your arms past the table. Yeah, Abby, I would say giving you a friggin' opening to grab the book. So Sally, you get to choose an extra effect
Jesus.
for your 10 plus.
Knock
so
her the fuck out.
Just one?
you are gonna hurt her.
Okay.
And then yeah, that's gonna hurt. So you can pick an extra effect off of the list as well.
Okay. Extra effect of kicking some ash. I would say I'll force her where I want her.
Which I assume is on the floor.
On the floor, so I'm basically gonna be on top of her, and I just want to like arm bar her in the
Hold her down.
throat down to the floor.
Okay. Yeah, so Abby, you see them go sort of tumbling as Sally kind of throws her forearm to the floor onto Brianna's throat, giving you the opening you need to grab the book off the table. Don't think you have to roll to pick up a book because she is not even in your vicinity anymore. Yeah, she's gonna take some harm from...
I could have inflicted terrible harm. I did not.
I
did not.
I don't think it's as much harm as your magic fists do, which is how much? I feel like it's a lot.
Magic fist. So yeah, I just tackled her. I didn't claw her, and I didn't magic fist her.
Right.
That sounded. Oh god. Nope. I can't take it back. It's out there in the world now. I can't take that back.
Wowie.
I can't.
Wow.
I regretted it the millisecond it came out of my mouth.
I don't know if this one can go on YouTube.
Wowie.
I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm kidding. Well, I want to move on. Anyway, my magical force does 1 harm, and then
Okay.
my claws do 2 harm. Ignore arm.
Okay, yeah, it's your claws and armor. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna say she does take that 1 harm as you kind of throw her to the ground, kind of. She's kind of tumbling like ass over tea kettle as you get on top of her and put that forearm right in her throat. Yeah, anybody else?
I am definitely taking her classes. Holy shit.
Travis.
I'm just
Hey,
gonna
kid.
say to her on the ground. Yeah. New rule. Every club needs a sponsor. Yeah. I don't think you're gonna get one.
Scary.
Win.
What'd you say?
I said win. Book.
Yeah. I guess I'll take? Are you handing me the book? Did
Yes.
you pick it up? Okay, yeah,
Yes.
I'll take the book.
Oh God, it's like snacks all over again.
Snack. I'm sorry. It's just how Abby's
Book?
book.
Yeah.
I love it.
I think I'll take the book and I'll start backing towards the door. I do want to do something. I guess, is that do I need to do something for that, or is it an action, or can I do something
No, I think you can
else?
take a book.
Okay.
You can continue on.
I would like to. I don't
We're
want to
playing
add.
fast and loose here.
I don't want to add insult to injury here, but while she's in line of sight,
I do.
because I'm afraid she's gonna get away. I do want to jinx Brianna.
Ooh, what that is.
So I can encourage coincidence to occur the way I want, and I can jinx a target by rolling weird, and I get some hold if I do to make things happen.
Okay. Roll plus weird.
And I get my +1 because I used magic before. That's a 10. So I get 2 hold that I can use to do different things, like give people bonuses against her or
Yes, I'm
interfere,
looking at the
inflict harm.
list.
Yeah, I'm not going to do anything right now, but I'm just going to hold on to that.
You just hold it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, what does this look like when you do this?
Shoot.
Or does it look like anything?
No, I think I think when it's like grabbing the book and is moving towards the door and is like looking back over his shoulder in sort of panic. And he hasn't done this before, but I think there is a like a glow or a symbol that appears on the back of his hand when this happens. It's never present, except this is the first time anybody would have seen it if they can. And it looks like this,
Oh.
and it just glows for a second, and I don't think he even really thinks about it. He just looks at it, looks at her, and just starts to run out of the room.
Abby definitely sees it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Abby's gonna kind of walk out of the room with him and just. Is there like a council we can talk to? People who can like.
Yeah.
In charge of this stuff?
Yeah, there's people. Sal should definitely hold on to her and make sure she doesn't go anywhere. And we need to get this to. I know people.
All right. Is there anything else we need to take from her? Spells that she can cast without her book?
I don't know if there's enough of us here to keep that from happening.
Am I frisking her? What's happening here?
The other two of you, while this is going on.
So, Rex comes around the corner because they were close and going away on the phone, and he's they're actually sending a note out to the other girls from Brianna via text saying, "It's gonna be a few. Me and Abby have things to talk about. Let's meet up for coffee later," kind of thing.
XOXO.
Yep,
XOXO.
exactly. Something
Kissy
little
face.
witch emojis. But sends that, and then the phone just goes in the pocket, and then the super taser comes out the other pocket as Rexy turns into the room.
Okay. Boy, I was gonna have you roll something to send that
That's fine.
text. Let's see.
Acting under pressure?
Yeah, maybe. This is a stressful situation.
Sure. So
Yeah, let's say you roll plus cool.
plus cool.
Rexy.
I hit the button. Did it work?
Nope, I do not
There
see-
might be another window that you have to hit OK in.
Oh yeah, under all of the other stuff. Oh my god, I always forget that.
behind all the
Okay.
sheets. I hate that.
Yeah, well, I opened my note sheet and did it go?
Yes. Okay, that's a 7.
Ooh, oof.
Let's see. A worst outcome, hard choice, or price to pay. You have an extraordinarily bad signal
Hmm.
in the library, so I think you can send this. You are probably going to have to make your way over to maybe an open area or a window. If you try to send it and immediately kind of go in with the taser, you
Okay.
can still take it out. But if you try to immediately go in with it, I think probably it's not going to go through.
All right, and you see them like touch it to their head because that's the big thing. You know, you get better signal if you actually touch your phone to your head, So it does that and then walks past the door, has the taser halfway out, puts it back in the pocket, and then walks over to the window to make sure that the signal goes through. And
Okay.
then we'll go back when we get the chance.
Okay, yeah. So it takes you a little extra time, but yeah, the message goes through, and so you start to kind of pull the taser the rest of the way out and head back in the general direction of your friends. Who hasn't done anything in a little bit? Travis.
I think I go. So Abby has given the book to Win.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll go up to Abby, and just be like, "You all right?
Yeah.
They do anything to you, or
No.
good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right."
Where were you?
We'll talk about that. I gotta talk to you later.
You all hear Sally shout from in the room.
Oh.
Am I frisking her or what?
Yeah, kill her. Just
No.
No. I was saying kill her, like killer. Yeah. You do you, Sal.
Take anything that looks magical.
Please take anything that looks magical.
Got it.
Rex. Phrasing.
Listen.
Privately, no one saw it though. Privately, like the second he said that, her arm starts to tighten up and go through the throat, and he's like, no. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I think
So,
this happens, and everyone around you, when they hear Travis shout out "killer," sort of panics a little bit, says no. Sally, Brianna doesn't even seem to face her. She doesn't look scared. You're pressing into her throat, and she is just kind of smirking up at you, and she says, "So, we gonna do this?"
Pretty sure it's already done, sweetheart.
Sally, you feel this point of warmth underneath your chest as Brianna sort of starts to lift up her arms from the ground where they are, and underneath you, this ball of sort of light is forming, and you feel this heat as you are sort of blasted apart. The two of you, she sort of goes like tumbling back kind of against and hits into the wall, and you are tossed across the room with this like burst of magical force that she has let go in the center of this study room. It is not a quiet thing. The table also sort of goes flying, and I think Rex, you're the furthest away, so I think you can see kind of from other places in the library people starting to look your direction and kind of talk amongst themselves, trying to figure out what that loud crashing sound was. The rest of you sort of hear this noise as there's this blast of light, and the table and chairs are sort of thrown to the side of the study room,
Okay.
and she starts to pick herself up off the floor.
Fire alarm! Gas explosion! Fire alarm!
No, not again.
Travis pulls the nearest firefly.
Okay. Yeah, Travis, you pull the fire alarm at Sally who's yelling, and the lights start to flash, the alarm starts to go off, and people start to kind of pick up their things and kind of shuffle toward the stairs. 'Cause don't take the elevator in an emergency, everybody. Everyone takes the stairs because they're all responsible, even though they're between the ages of 18 and 22.
They're responsible about this one
Thing.
aspect of
Just
life.
one thing. They all take the stairs. Yeah, so now it's very loud.
And I boom boom magic punch her.
Okay, you run at her and roll to kick some ass. Yeah. All right, you inflict harm.
That is a 12.
All right. On any success, you inflict harm on each other. Sally, you get to choose an extra effect.
Extra effect. I don't know. I'm singing everything. I apologize. Where's my extra
Because it's a fight. and
Yes,
it's
of course.
It's Japanese
Yeah.
She
fight.
just sings. You just hear her humming the entire time. It's great.
Yeah, so it is on the kick some ass sheet. If you roll a 10 plus, you gain the advantage. take +1 forward or give +1 forward to someone else. You inflict extra harm. You suffer less harm, or you force them where you want them.
I'm gonna force where I want him again.
you want her?
I want her by the throat against the wall.
Okay. So you take off towards her in a flurry of blows. You punch her very hard. And that does 1 harm to her.
Yes.
I think you said. Okay. That's 1.
I don't want to kill her. We gotta
Sure.
talk to her first.
Sure.
She lucky she didn't get the claws.
But yeah, and she, as you are running at her, Sally, I think you see the smirk kind of fade from her face and turn into this sort of determined like scowl, and she comes at you and sort of meets you where you are, wheeling back with one arm, which is glowing that same kind of bright like red color, and as you are swinging at her, sort of catches you once right in the jaw with this just like almost like burning hot fist. You're gonna take 2 harm,
Which
from
is
her magic
one
fist.
less, so I take 1.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes. And but you are able to sort of get the upper hand on her and force her up against the wall by the throat. Travis has just pulled the fire alarm.
Well, all these explosions and everything are happening in the background, and like this kaiju battle. I just look at Abby and say, "So we need to get this book to somebody, right?"
Don't we think we should handle what's going on inside?
She's got it. She's got it. I say, hold this for a second. Do I know who the closest member of the order is nearby?
I'm sure you do.
I imagine I do, because I've probably been getting text messages about meetings and stuff.
Yeah,
and
you've
they've
been
calling.
getting some messages and some emails and some voicemails that are less than pleased with you, but we can talk about those later.
Do I have a name?
I thought I gave them a name, but I can't find it. You pick a name. What do you want them to be called?
Let's go with Davian. That sounds witchy.
All right.
And so what I
Oh,
do, Wynn reaches down. He pulls out of his pocket his dagger and drags it across his hand. And I'm going to try to summon my familiar.
Okay.
Using my rote.
Rope.
So it's magic. Wow, that was almost very bad. That's a 7.
Yeah, that is a 7.
So it does, but it asks for something in return.
Okay.
So I want to summon Belial, and when he appears, I kind of take the book from Abby with my good hand and say, "Here, take this. Get it to Davian. Bring him here. Got it?
You got it, boss.
All right."
I'll be back.
Shit.
It's never good when he says that.
I assume so.
Have I never seen this before?
Probably not.
No. So he's a little kind of amorphous
Yeah. Like,
figure, right?
yeah, vaguely
Shadow
small.
dude.
Like, it depends on the circumstance, but kind of looks like a small creature of some sort, like somewhere around like a small cat-sized, dog-sized. Yeah.
Okay. We'll talk about that later.
We don't have to.
Abby's gonna move back to the door.
Okay.
And she's going to use her dark past ability, which if I roll plus weird, which I will.
Oh, yikes.
Jesus, mother.
Figure.
Okay.
5.
On a miss, you can ask any question anyways, but that will mean you were personally complicit in the creature situation you are now dealing with.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see. You are trawling through your memories for something relevant.
Yes.
Oh man.
Okay.
Since you're complicit,
Yeah.
do you have any thoughts about what you'd like to remember?
Maybe well, I guess maybe I'll ask the question first and then I
Okay.
can when I dealt with this creature, what did I learn? And so is it I guess I'm wondering, is this just a witch or is this a witch that has a demon in it? Is it like, where have I seen what she's doing before?
Okay. Yeah, I think you have dealt with witches before. You're very familiar with magic and sort of the kind of stuff that she is dabbling in. If this is just a witch and not a witch that has fucked up somewhere along the way and become possessed or something like that, then as familiar as she is, or seems like she is, with what is going on, and based on some of the things she's said to you, like being able to sort of tell what you're thinking about and things like that, if this is a witch, then she will have had to have been around for a very long time to be able to do what she's doing, because there's almost not enough time in one lifetime to be able to develop things like that without either making a deal of some kind or just years of study. So there is probably something more going on here, whether it's a deal, whether it is she's found a way to sort of extend her life. She is probably much older than she looks.
Oh boy. Okay. In the creating the situation that I'm now dealing with. Maybe now I'm remembering that I've seen that book before.
Okay.
And there was a chance that I could have taken it and studied it, or like it was kind of just around, and I thought I decided to leave it instead of turning it in or something like that.
Okay. So I'm gonna say you found yourself in a situation with some kind of witches or coven before, and left this book behind.
Great. Oh. She's really old.
She doesn't look that old.
She said centuries.
Looks can be deceiving.
All right, so what? She's like 30.
I'm a puncher again.
Centuries. Hundreds
right.
of years, you idiot.
We fought a ghost last week. How is a centuries old person weird to you?
I'm really bleeding hard right now.
What the hell happened to you?
That knife is sharper than I remember.
Oh my god.
What?
Guys, problem.
All right, I'm punching her again.
All right, you're punching her again. I'm gonna have you roll to kick some ass. Rex, you haven't done anything in a little bit. Would you like to intervene?
Yeah, I sort of slipped in, first using Abby as cover and then Sally as cover.
Okay.
And then so like I shadowed up behind Abby and then slid around her and used Sally as cover, and then I just stepped to the side of Sally and hit the witch with the mega taser.
Okay, I'm gonna have you also roll to kick some ass.
I'd like to give him a +1 on his roll, using one of my hold.
Okay.
Nice.
So yeah, you spend one of your jinx holds.
And that's with tough. Or-
Yes, that is with tough, unless you have something specifically that changes it.
I do not, but I do need to organize my desktop. Okay. So
I rolled a 14, by the way.
You
so-
did roll a 14, by the way. So
Golly.
you're gonna exchange harm with her, and also get an extra effect from the list. Well, what would you like to do, Sally? As you haul off and kind of punch her,
I'm gonna say we're gonna do extra harm, but the main goal is not to like to grievously injure her. Like I'm aiming. I'm just like I'm like popping her in the temple to knock her out.
Okay. All right. So, as you sort of wind back, Sally, all of a sudden, in your peripheral vision, you see Rex just sort of swing in under your arm into her with the taser. And Rex, you rolled a 9, which means you are gonna inflict harm on each other. So this is all kind of happening at once. How much damage does the taser do?
So, with my latest ability of being sneaky, on top of my other sneaky, that's like 5 damage, 5 harm,
Oh dang!
Wow.
because it's the
Wow.
mega taser,
Okay.
and it's generally to knock things out, not to kill. So
Okay.
that's as we discussed earlier.
Yes. Yeah. So Sally, sort of under your arm, you see the probably familiar to you at this point mega taser come out and hit her right in the side. Just the shock sort of runs through her, where you can sort of feel it a little bit, kind of in your arm. And Rex, I think as you do this, you see her eyes start to roll back, and she's like shaking her head, trying to stay awake. And then Sally, I think you land one final knock to the side of her head, and she goes limp in your arms.
Thanks, Rexy. You loosened it for me.
Just
Boy.
big hood nod.
Listen, I know you guys are having fun beating up on the old bitch, but we should probably get out of here. The alarm is going off.
You think this is fun? Okay, it's
I mean, kinda.
I'll
Guys.
stop this fireman carrier.
But realistically, we should probably get out of here.
All right.
Where are we gonna take her?
Once again, the fire alarm is screaming as you try to carry something weird out of a building.
Kind of my brand now.
Rex is gonna do the back stairs kind of thing, probably how Rex got in the first place,
Okay.
and try to lead them out. And then while doing that, I guess look at the phone and see if you can find abandoned warehouse somewhere or something.
Sure.
Can
or
we
like
take?
like an old school building that's not being used on
Okay.
campus.
Does your order have like a jail or something?
Maybe, like I said, I haven't really been to any of the meetings for the local chapter, so I'm not even really sure where.
I don't think a
It is.
normal. I don't think a normal place is going to be able to hold an ancient
I've-
witch.
I have someone on the way. We just need to.
Said centuries. That could mean 2, literally. Like, whatever.
She has a pact with a demon.
As you're all sort of having this conversation, and Rex, you are leading your bickering friends to the back stairwell that you came in when your phone rings.
Oh shit. I forgot I had this. I actually could have just used the phone instead of the spell. All right, I'm gonna answer this. Answer the phone.
Sorry. Oh, my
I will say it
goodness.
did pop into my mind when we did before I did the road. I was like, oh, I could call somebody and have them come over. I was like, no, I'm gonna cast a.
Why would one do
Of
that?
course,
I'm
yeah.
gonna take 1 harm and make a blood
No,
sacrifice
it
to
was so
summon a
much more
demon.
dramatic.
I'm not addicted to anything. I can quit anytime.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
I might have that add to your temptation in some form. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Yeah, you answer the phone. I think you hear a familiar, snotty voice on the other end. What is Wint's full first name?
Winthrop.
Right. So on the other end of the line, I think you hear Winthrop. Finally.
Hey, Davian.
What in the name of everything really are you doing sending this creature to me?
Hey, he's not that bad.
You could have just answered any of my emails, my voicemails, my texts. Now I'm assuming you need something.
I haven't been getting any of those. I think you might have had the wrong number.
Don't lie to me, Winthrop.
Anyway, we're in a bit trouble right now. I don't know if you can hear the alarm, but
Yes, it's quite loud. What do you need?
I've got a potential witch here that was causing a bit of a ruckus at school, and
I gathered from
Potential?
this.
In the background.
Who is with you, Winthrop?
just some coworkers.
You're unemployed.
Freelance work.
Is this to do with the marijuana?
It's community service.
Winthrop, don't lie to me again.
No, this has nothing. This is a magic thing. I promise. It's bad, and
Well, I know your creature brought me this terrible grimoire. Where did you find this?
she had it and was using it on students at school.
Right.
And she says she's centuries old, and her name's Brianna. Did we get a last name from her before we knocked her out?
You
No.
did. You had, let's see, you had the last names of the rest of the members
Yeah.
of the club. She was also enrolled, so I'm assuming Rex could have found that.
Yeah, but
It's
whether that's a real name or not.
Yeah.
Cooper. There we go.
Brianna Cooper. I don't know. I don't know if it's a real name. She said she was. She came from a magical family. Anyway, I think we might have.
Well,
had
everyone who has HBO is sort of saying those things nowadays, so.
Well, you know, I think she might be an excommunicate, or I don't know. But I figured this was sort of your thing, and you come take her off our hands.
It's only my thing because you and Belial have made it my thing. What have you done with her? I'm assuming based on this phone call, you and your freelance folk are still alive.
Yeah. No, everyone's fine. I don't think anything was on fire when we left the library.
Oh, good. The library on campus, I assume.
Yeah.
I'll meet you outside.
All right.
Look
See
for my
ya.
car.
What does it look
Hangs up.
like? Okay.
And when we get to a door, like an exit to go outside, Rexy will turn and take the witch's hand and put them together like yay, and just tape the hell out of them. Just
Okay.
you ball, a whole ton of electrical tape around their hands so they can't move them, and then
Sounds good.
pop something over top of the hands, so it looks, even though they're firemen's carry, you can't see their hands really because it's covered.
Okay.
Like, so Rex reaches in like this into their coat and then takes off their t-shirt or their and pulls their t-shirt out of the coat and then hands it.
Okay.
Genius, but I like it.
You know, one of these days I really have to get you on a job.
Rexy nods up and down.
So might not need that warehouse or whatever we were looking at. Davian's gonna meet us outside the library.
Oh,
Who the hell is that?
He's a family friend.
like
Is he a cop?
No. I don't think so. I've actually never met him. But he's a member
Dude.
of my order.
Is he like you?
He's like, no, he's up there. He's like my mentor, my instructor, or he's supposed to be. I haven't been returning his calls.
That explains a lot.
Look, I don't know if I can stick around. I kind of gotta go. I got work, all that stuff. I'll just prop her up like in the stairwell, and y'all take it from here, right?
Can any of us actually carry her?
Two of you together do fine.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I feel like I've done my part. So I'll see y'all later. Keep me posted. And yeah, have a good one. And Sally bolts.
What the hell?
That was weird.
I mean, you can't just dip out on the group like that.
I mean, you did.
Listen, that was different. It was not in the middle of a job. The job hadn't begun yet.
Kinda had.
Did it?
Yeah. So.
All right, big guy, come on. And I'll go to carry the girl.
Well, why don't we just leave her here until the car gets here?
I will drop the half of her I was holding and say, "Oh yeah, that's a good idea." I'd like to think it was her upper half, so her head hits the floor.
I also have no idea who you were referring to when you said big guy.
Who else would I be?
Wasn't Rexy.
Because
Yeah, who else would I be referring to?
I've never been called big guy. Okay.
Aren't you taller than me?
I don't. He's not like big. I think he's probably might be taller, but is like not a big dude.
All right, average size guy. I was trying to pay you a compliment. Are we really going to get particular about this?
Just funny, all these scrawny people standing around.
I like that Rex is hiding behind all of 5'3" of Abby. Like, everyone
Rex-
can see you.
Rex is not much bigger.
Hey, can I use my second hold on the Jinx for something real quick? There's an option to have them lose something that you soon find. I don't have to find it right now, but eventually.
That's all it says.
That's all it says.
I love
The
that
target
game.
loses something that you will soon find.
Great. That's amazing. I love it. So yeah, she lost something. I'm assuming you mean the witch
Yes.
and not Sally, who just
No,
ran away.
Brianna.
So yeah, okay. So you
Sally lost her keys. Oh no, she has to come back.
you
Dude, she could break into her own house.
like Sally locks her door.
I just imagine Jessica Jones season 1 where she just like snaps the doorknob every single time she needs to break into a place. That's just what she does. Yeah, it's easy.
All right.
And at some point, Rex send out a text to Abby, Travis, and Wynn that just says, it says something like, Sally, dash, we all have outside things going on. Give her a break.
And I was just gonna say, under her breath, standing next to Travis, yeah, some people have bigger secrets than others, I guess.
Why are you texting? I'm standing right here.
Sometimes
What they
people
do.
don't speak,
Oh.
Yeah.
especially when they're on missions.
Especially when they're in Michigan.
Yeah.
Was something wrong with Sal?
What? I don't think so.
I mean, you mentioned your creepy friend Damien, so maybe. Damien?
Davian with a V.
That is pretentious and right up your alley.
I mean, his name's his own. It's not like I named him.
And then the House Davian symbol shows up on your phone, Win, from Battletech, from Rex.
I don't think Wood would know what that is.
I don't either, but Rex does.
So-
It just
I
says
don't.
House Davian.
Oh, all right. Anyway, this guy's kind of a douche, so just let him do his thing and just ignore him.
You're
Copy
having
that.
This conversation, and Sally, you have bolted away from the scene. From outside, I think you hear a very loud, like, horn honking. And then when you also get a text that says, "I'm here. Where are you?"
I'm right here. Don't you see me?
You get this text back. "No, Winthrop, we don't have time for this."
OMW.
What does that me.
All right, he's here. Follow the sounds of the pretentious honking.
Honk, honk, honk.
Cool.
Rex
So
gets the
are we?
door.
Do we need?
Yes.
Do we need the witch?
Yes.
Yes, we need her. That's why he's here.
Lynn, help
That's-
him.
All right, I got you.
I swear to God.
Abby holds the doors.
Gosh, she's heavier than she looks.
No, don't be a baby.
Right, you carry her out.
You know, you're a medium-sized guy, so
I did like the fact that Rex had the door and then Abby didn't even notice and went to open the door. As I said it like a minute before
I
that.
know. Oh, jeez. Okay. It's weird enough being around one of you all the time.
The hood died.
whatever.
Rex is too sneaky now.
My friend is very similar. It's fine.
And you carry her out, Rex and Abby holding the door. You carry her out to the waiting car where Davian is sort of honking the horn and
Jeez, this
Waving
guy has
out the
no
window.
subtlety.
Can it be like a black Chrysler 300 with like red trim? Because
Yes.
Chrysler 300 is in every movie ever.
yes,
Okay.
it is now.
For real?
Great, Travis, stop
Yeah.
judging. You live in my
Winthrop!
basement.
Hurry up!
Yeah.
No.
Hey, Dave.
Are these your
Coworkers.
Colleagues.
Yeah, colleagues.
pleasure? I'm Davian.
Abby.
Are you coming?
If they want to, you just want us to put her in the trunk.
I suppose. That's where the devil's trap is, so.
Uh,
Can't hurt.
Yeah,
Rex
wait.
is looking around.
What time of day is this?
It's night, right?
Yeah, the meeting was at like 5:30. So
I imagine we're like in the small
Hello.
like faculty parking lot behind the library where nobody is right now.
yeah, it's I mean it's probably 6:30, 7 o'clock. I mean the sun is still out, sort of starting to go down. But campus is sort of clearing.
All right.
Are we going?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Rex,
Wait,
can you make
where,
sure to
where the
wipe-
hell are we going?
I have no idea.
Then we're not going.
Davian, where are we going?
I will be going to my home here in town.
There you go.
Are you a cop?
No,
You have to tell him or else it's entrapment.
It's true.
that's not true.
It isn't true.
Your phone comes up with a legal code totally telling you that it's not true.
Is it okay if we come to your house? It's okay if it's not okay.
I think he sort of like looks at Wynn and kind of looks all of you over.
We're more responsible than he. Well, two of us are more responsible than he is. I'll tell you that.
Kind of lingers on Travis for a second.
I'm the other one.
Rexy's hood shaking.
I got cashews. Do you want cashews?
By the way, when they swung around to put her in the trunk, Rexy was totally snapping pictures of the license plate, the make of the car,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of stuff.
Of course.
Is that a vanity plate?
It is, yeah. Oh god, what does it say? I'll come up with something funny.
How about Magix with an X?
Yes, that's what it says. That's funnier than anything I could have come up with. Oh man. Yep, it is. Magix. Well, I suppose it's alright. You've all seen enough today, I assume. He says, kind of eyeing the person you're putting in his trunk.
Oddly, not the first time this has happened.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Sunday thing for us.
Yeah.
Rex, can you make sure to wipe the cameras?
Snaps and starts.
Oh.
God, I really need him on a job.
Excellent. Well, hop in, I suppose.
Shotgun.
Abby gets in the back seat in the middle because that's usually where she's designated to.
Blitz, bitch. And Travis just runs.
You see when like start to incant something and then just like, yeah, never mind.
Well, Winthrop,
Fire.
I'm glad to see you're making friends.
I wouldn't say that as Abby walks by.
That's so mean.
All right, everyone in.
Abby's on
And
the
he's
bump.
like waving at Travis, like, dust off your shoes.
Sure. He vaguely does a very low effort dusting.
Well, get in the car
Mm-hmm.
and drive off. And yeah, with a lady in her trunk, we will take a quick break there.
Just another Sunday afternoon.
When we come back, we'll see what Sally's up to and probably have a couple of things to discuss. And we'll see what Davian's house is like, I guess. Because I don't know.
Yes.
But I'm gonna in about 5 minutes when we come back. So let's take a quick break to refresh our drinks and ourselves and maybe our cashews if we want to go get some more. We will be back in just a few minutes. Thanks for hanging with us, Internet. See you soon. And welcome back, Internet, to this episode of Slaying 101. We're gonna pick up immediately where we left off. Maybe a few minutes later, unless there are any awkward car ride conversations that the rest of you want to have. So
I'd like to think that it gets very tense for like the first like 2 minutes. Nobody says a word, and then Travis slowly pulls out what remains of the bag of cashews. Maybe picks like a hair off of one of them, crunches as loud as you can on a cashew. And this goes on for a little bit until he eventually offers the bag to Davian. Just, you hungry?
I have an allergy.
Oh, sorry. And then just keeps eating.
Oh, it's all right.
Nut allergy. Good to
Seemed
know.
right. I don't know why.
Abby's gonna text Ajax about what's going on.
Okay. Anybody
just-
else in the car?
We just listen to NPR or something right now, or what's
What would he listen to?
or just smooth jazz.
No, I think. I think it's like oldies
Yeah,
or something.
which were
Like
probably
what?
new when he
Nail
was
down. I'm
young.
trying to think of what like.
What kind of oldies?
I don't know. I gotta think about it. I haven't had a lot of time to invest in this character that I just had to make up.
like 60s and 70s instrumentals.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds good.
Era.
Let's do that. That sounds good. All right. So you'll awkwardly sit in the car for a few minutes
Mhm.
until you reach Davian's house.
And it's just messing with the button for the windows, just like bring it up and down like repetitively.
Child locking.
Sally, what you doing? What are you doing?
Headed home.
Okay. Just chilling,
Not quite.
taking a nap.
No, probably gonna go into her closet, open up a false back, pull out an ancient goblet, cut her hand, and
Have a glass of wine.
it.
Watch American Horror Story.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
And yeah, call her mom.
The story parallel here is great. I love this.
So yeah, you perform some sort of blood ritual, and you call dear old mom. What is this relationship like? Do you call a lot?
Not really, no. Maybe I haven't talked to her since like 1982, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. It's been not directly anyway. Like she might, tell me I need to go do something or send someone else at their own peril to come tell me to do something.
Mhm.
But I haven't spoken to her directly in several.
She's probably lost a few messengers that way.
Yeah,
Okay. All right, so you call her up. I think you do connect. The call goes through. Tell me how you want to start this conversation, and I think I'm gonna have you roll to see how receptive she is to it.
Mother, you wouldn't happen to have one of your agents in town at present? If so, just wanting to make sure I'm not interfering in their business. But if not, just want to make sure I have free reign to take care of something on your behalf.
Okay. I'm gonna have you roll to manipulate someone.
Oh, God. Not my strong suit.
How many times are we gonna roll for someone to have a decent phone conversation with their parents?
I feel like I'm rolling those dice every week. Am I right?
Yeah, that's a 5.
Yes, Mom. I know I'm a disappointment.
Oh, cheap. Okay. Yeah, mark that good XP. And let's see. You offend or anger your target. Well, that says for a normal person.
That's great. Great.
Cool. I think it does connect. Does she normally just talk back to you like you're just calling her to have a regular conversation, or do you think it's
Not quite. She usually prefers to fuck with you instead. So, maybe I'll get a flash of something. Maybe something will happen, and that'll sort of lean me toward, oh, okay, I'm getting what you're literally throwing down here. Okay, cool. No, she very rarely actually talks directly. Mommy
Great.
Issues.
Perfect. And you did a big ol' fail. So yeah, I think you connect to her. You feel that sort of connection as you do this ritual take hold strongly. And then sort of starting like right between your eyes, you feel this just like sharp pain. And you just very, very suddenly get this like blinding headache, and everything kind of goes white around you. And you have the sensation of feeling emotions that are not your own, which is probably very disorienting. But there is just for a moment this kind of wild like rage and anger and a little bit of irritation. And this headache that you have sort of just like pulses through you for a second, and you are like almost like doubled over in pain. You are going to take 1 harm.
Okay.
Ignore armor.
How?
And just as quickly as it came, it lasts for a few seconds, and it fades, and the blood in the goblet settles, or what's left of the blood in the goblet, because I think a lot of it, what was sort of in the bottom, is starting to spill out onto the floor. And in front of you on the floor, you just see the word no.
Thanks, Mom. Well, I get out my cleaning supplies because it's not like this is the first time I've spilled blood in my apartment. And I'll go ahead and get that cleaned up. I guess check in with Rex, see that they're doing okay, and go to work.
Okay. All right, so you get ready for work and send a text.
I like something about, will relay final destination! Exclamation point.
Thumbs up.
And then also to the license plate number. And then like the eyes rolling emoji. So
Magic with an X.
Triple thumbs up. Like a wrench for tool, question mark.
yeah. the goal emoji.
Cool. Okay, you get ready and head to work at this great job where you can just show up and leave whenever you want.
I mean, the owner's
It's
kind of scared
fantasy,
of me.
people.
Well, the owner's kind of scared of me, so,
You-
it's cool.
I think you essentially, in all but name, own this bar. All right, so you head off to work. The rest of you, Rex, as you finish this text, sending Sally the information about the car, and then also the location where you are at as you pull up to an older home, kind of a more aged, kind of brick exterior, single-story home, kind of on the edges of this college town. Davian sort of pulls the car up into the driveway and says, "All right, here we are."
Man, you live like way out in the boonies here, don't you?
It's like 7 minutes.
It's a long 7 minutes.
10 in traffic.
Felt like forever.
Well, all right. I suppose you can take her somewhere else you have that will hold what you call a centuries-old witch.
No, it's a lovely home you have here.
But I'm just renting. So
Oh, good.
I shouldn't even be in this hell's forsaken town, but here we are.
Well, they offered me a scholarship.
For what?
Yeah, for what? Lacrosse.
No, won a ping pong tournament and got like $5,000 for it.
Was that Burger King scholarship?
Yeah.
It was manipulated by magic is the only reason
Yeah,
we got it.
yeah.
So it could be anything. It could be engineering, so
Dance.
dance.
No, I realize why you're here. Talking about me. Ugh. And yes, my flight was terrible. Thank you for asking. Anyway, inside.
Should we get her out of the trunk or just want to leave her parked there for now?
Get her out of the trunk.
All right.
Do you? And she's Abby's gonna talk to Damien. Do you have holdings? Anything? Do we need to set up sigils?
Oh no, I believe I've got something in the spare bedroom back of the house. Closet should hold her fine.
All right. Abby's gonna just walk in the house.
Toss a witch in the closet. Copy that.
All right, so he lets you all into the house. It is dated, but it is nice. There is some sort of nice furniture in the living area. Looks like it's got 3 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, and a half bath off the living area. His rent is probably pretty expensive.
Yeah, the order's paying for it. It's fine.
Yeah.
That is also true. So yeah, it's dated, but it's nice. And you sort of take her back. But I think as you walk in, you are all probably different levels of of surprised or disoriented by this. There is a lot of stuff in this house. I mean, I think his whole living area and kind of down the hallway, there are just kind of like these makeshift like bookshelves that have been set up, and they are just crammed with stuff. And then there are tables with different kind of implements and things. There's a whole table that's just got like a bunch of different skulls on it, but lots of implements. Occasionally something will kind of just fly across the room and sort of go about its business, whatever that particular tool was doing. So it's a magical house. Vivian's house.
Pretty sweet digs here, huh?
Well, thanks. I'm just renting, but oh, you yes.
Is this a chimera skull? Abby's like looking at the skeletons.
It is actually, my dear. And he starts to, I think, like launch into the story of like where he got it, and like it's this very like long-winded kind of explanation.
While he's telling this story, Travis has slowed down his carrying of the witch and is looking around the room for expensive things.
Rex is filming as usual.
All right, Rex is filming. Boy, if you put this on YouTube, nobody will believe it. It'd be like, this is incredible editing. You're gonna get so famous. Yeah, Travis, there's theoretically a lot of this stuff could be expensive if you found the right buyer for it. A lot of this stuff is not stuff you're just gonna find on the street, so
Neat.
yeah, there's lots of things.
Since I'm standing like right across from Travis as we're walking him in, can I get a good read on what he's thinking?
Are you asking if you can read a person?
Well, yes, I am.
Great. So for all you watching out there, I have hacked back in a couple of things from Apocalypse World into Monster of the Week, including adding the read a person move, which is, I'm not looking at it, but I'm gonna assume based on the sound you just made, it was bad. And then adding the interfere capability, the help or interfere, which we talked about earlier. Hey, what'd you roll, my bud?
That's
my
a
friend.
4.
Aw, that's really bad.
It's very bad.
Okay. So this move goes when you read a person in a charged interaction, or just any interaction really. It doesn't have to be charged. You roll plus sharp, and you get hold, and you can spend them to ask the player questions about their character. Unless you do bad.
Yeah, it says I get to ask anyway, but be prepared for the worst. So I still get to ask a question,
Okay,
and this seems
pick a question.
seems really obvious. But what does your character intend to do?
Okay, so Rob, he's asking you and not Travis.
Mm-hmm.
So you can say whatever the fuck you want, true or not, because he rolled a 4.
You ever see a kid who sees a toy in a toy store that like just won't stop looking at it? Like it's like almost a hunger. Or like when you're playing with a cat with a laser pointer and you take the laser pointer away and they're still looking for it for like 10 minutes. Like no matter what you do, they're glued to that spot. Picture if you will, a lanky steely boy with a very similar expression on his face.
All right. As we pass through the room and kind of get to the hallway and are reaching the door, it says, "I see what you're thinking. I wouldn't risk it."
I don't know what you're talking about, my friend.
That's on you, man.
Any last words to fuck with him before we leave the read a person?
I would never.
Not this time.
I would never.
When he says I would never, you almost believe him.
Oh, I believe him. I think that's fair. Like, oh, good, all right.
Abby's like a child in Disney World in this place. She's just like, look at all these things and all that. Oh, is this that book? And I've read about this. Yeah.
Isn't it neat?
She's like Belle entering into the library in the castle. Like,
Yeah. I love that. And I think Davian is like so I think you guys can see him like every time. Well, I guess Rex can probably see this because the other two of you are carrying a lady into a closet. This has been a weird episode.
This has been a really weird episode. I feel like there's been some underlying themes that I'm
First,
not comfortable with.
Travis's nuts were
mostly.
all over the floor.
I mean, that one was just pretty standard fare.
But yeah, I think Rex. I think you can see this. That's sort of Davian is kind of following Abby around, like initially a little hesitant and like making sure she's not just going to be like picking things up and like touching things. And then as she starts to talk and like ask, like, is this a Chimera Skull, and is this this book by so and so, his demeanor kind of softens a little bit, and Abby, he is totally willing to just answer your questions and just like tell you these stories and stuff. So
and she's
they're bonding.
soaking it up as much as she can.
It's one of the reasons Rex is filming so that he can later on parse it out into bits and send it all to Abby so that the book covers are all readable, all the spines, because he knows that that's going to be a thing that she'd want, and so it's just par for the course for
Amazon
him.
wish list.
Can't get this shit on Amazon.
I was just gonna say Magic Zon.
This one's only found
Magic
in
Zon.
the Amazon.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're sort of chatting away, and Travis and Wynn, I think you can sort of hear them kind of going at it, talking back and forth about saying a lot of things. Probably Travis, you're not sure what they're talking about, I think. But
Nerd stuff.
some things you recognize, and then Wynn, I think you recognize a lot of it, but it's nerd stuff.
Some of those are words.
Those are words you know. Some of them are words you don't know. But yeah, so the two of you, regular sized boys, make your way down the hallway to the back bedroom into the closet, which is actually quite large. There's like kind of I would say large for a closet, a small walk-in closet, where there's nothing in it. There's nothing hanging. There are these like kind of built-in shelves along the wall, but they have been sort of scrawled all over with these different symbols, and there's some on the ceiling and some on the floor. I think some you recognize, some that you don't, and then some sort of on the back of the door as well that you come through.
Just drop her here then.
All right. He unceremoniously drops her.
Thum. And then we lock the door behind us.
All right, you lock the door behind you. What would you all like to do?
I'll start explaining how I'm trying to meld medicine and magic together to create faster healing, ointments and sutures that don't cause scarring and that sort of thing.
Wynn walks in at that exact moment and Holy says, can anybody help with this?
Oh.
Yeah, I got an idea. Don't cut yourself super deep.
There were explosions and people getting punched through walls, and it was, yeah,
I guess, I can help with that.
Winterweave, is this that creature again? This ritual that you've taken up. We've spoken about this. You need to store the blood so you don't have to cut yourself every time.
See, this guy thinks. That's smart.
I sent you an I sent you those links.
I suggest sending a scantily clad woman to his house to deliver the information.
Well, my dear, that might get very expensive.
They have this nerd bond already.
I accidentally made Abby's new best friend.
Yeah.
I'll go
and
back
also
through
only
my,
the meat of your hand.
I'll go
Yeah.
back through my spam folder.
Yeah, Abby will try to heal him with her new power.
Okay.
Roll plus cool to
Quick
see
and dirty first aid.
Yeah.
Get it.
8.
Maybe. Hopefully it's not too dirty. Okay.
Yeah.
What happens on a
on
79?
Quick and sterile.
It counts as normal first aid plus one of these things. Let's see. Oh, geez. Okay, these aren't great.
Nope.
Bye, everyone.
Well, it's quick and dirty,
Fine.
so
It's all about how quick you're trying to do it.
Yeah.
If you want to forego the quick part and
Yeah.
spend some more quality time with Win, then
Sure.
you can just have the first aid part, I will say.
yeah. I'll spend some time. I mean, the hand is a very complicated part of the body, so she will spend some time and make sure it's healed, set properly if he didn't go too deep, and like use a little bit of glue on it so that it's not gonna reopen. And she'll wrap his hand and stop being a baby.
It hurts.
Well,
Oh, you're fine. You want a nut? That phrasing. I see
you're-
the issue now.
if you're gonna cut yourself,
They
do
come
it
in
on the
threes.
back of your forearm, okay?
And
Back-
Rex
Back of the forearm.
points
God.
like bingo.
There's less damage you can do that way.
Okay. It's just in the movies they always on
Yeah,
the
and how'd
hand.
that work out for you?
Badly. All right, I won't do it that way next time.
Anyways, why didn't you tell us about this place sooner? That's amazing.
There's
Yeah,
a
it's really nice.
yeah.
Abby, how much does he? I'm sorry. How much does he heal?
Just one, I
Oh,
believe.
just
Just
one.
one. Okay.
I should probably do that. Not forget about it.
Yeah, I
Got
didn't.
caught up in the role play and forgot about actually.
I know.
healing.
I'm sorry to interrupt it, but
Yeah, he says.
you do heal one harm.
Yeah, it's sort of a long story, but there's something that Davian wants from me, and we should probably just go before he has a chance to ask.
Is it something bad?
Yeah, it's really bad. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and read a person.
Okay. No, we've opened the read a person
Yeah.
floodgates.
What does he
I
want?
love it.
Commitment? Like,
Yeah.
what's your issue?
Yeah, that is a roll plus sharp.
It's a 6. God
My
damn it.
dude, what is?
I don't know. I did so well
She-
last game.
You're getting
She
so
just-
much XP.
I was gonna
I
say
know.
she just wants the XP. That's
You just don't level up.
I can't do
Uh,
Maggie stuff anymore, where I just roll plus weird constant.
God, I know, right?
Yeah. 2 plus 2.
So yeah, you can ask one question of Sean anyway,
Okay.
but I'm gonna. It says be prepared for the worst. I am mostly gonna just let you guys fuck with each other,
Okay. Cool.
and if you would like my input and/or help, you can ask for it. Otherwise, lie
Cool.
or something. I love this move.
Is your character telling the truth?
Man, yes or no answers make it really hard for me to fuck with you too much.
I think you can
Elaborate.
as to why she might think that, or sort of the general air that you are giving off that makes that a little more believable.
Sure. Yeah, I think when sort of he looks back over towards Davian or wherever he's at in the room and kind of looks back and says, there's just some really, really bad stuff that they're into, and it can be draining. I mean, he's a nice guy, but sometimes they ask for too much.
Guy's asking you for emails, not a blood sacrifice. Like, I mean, it doesn't seem like it's that high stakes.
Do you know what's in those emails?
Hey Rex, what's in the emails?
Fuck.
Rex pops up a bit and then is like leans back against the
Magically encrypted emails.
Yeah, I'm gonna have you roll to get into the emails. Abby, you believe him 100% though. Like, you're muted though, so no one knows what you're saying, and it's awful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay, I didn't
There
hear
you
any
are.
of that. I didn't
Yeah.
hear any of that.
Oh no.
I saw him moving and I was like, geez, I can't hear what he's saying. And then everyone started talking. I'm like, oh my God, I can't hear anything.
Oh no. Basically, I just said that he's getting into some like they're just asking too much of me, and they're some of the rituals and things. It's too much. And then now Rex is hacking my email.
Rex, that's an invasion of privacy.
Rex, what do you think you would roll to hack some seriously, possibly magically encrypted emails?
Possibly magically. Ooh. I could do the net friends.
Oh. I forgot.
I mean,
about
I
that one.
suck at charm, so it'd be a hard one for me. But yeah, I mean, because normal encryption probably wouldn't be a thing, but with the magic added on, I'd probably have to reach out.
And that was just me making an assumption with Davian. I don't know if Davian is
that seems right though.
Getting some 21st
Yeah,
century
let's try
magic.
that. Let's try. Let's try. You reach out to one of your net friends.
I reach out using my -1 charm, so. And again,
-1 charm club up top.
Yeah. Woo.
Hey, me too.
Literal firewalls.
How'd you guys?
Oh my God!
No. What is happening today? Roll 20.
XP. I'm not gonna complain.
You do get that XP, unless you can find a way to make that a 7.
I'm taking this as wins, charm, and luck are just work. Everything is just synchronicity. Everything just falling into place.
It's coming back around. Yeah.
So if let's see, on 7 to 9, oh no, on a 6, I just fail, I think. Let's see. They're available and helpful. They can fix something, break a code, hack a computer, or get some special information. Yep. On a miss, you burn some bridges.
Ooh, yikes.
Literally.
Yeah, oh no. Yeah, I think you reach out to a net friend of yours, who you think might be able to sort of break through this. And I think you get an almost immediate response, with them sort of getting in. They got in partially. I think what you get from this is that they got in partially. They realized very quickly who you were dealing with and said, nope.
Like, never call me again.
They said, you're on your own, and sort of just cut contact. So a bridge might be able to be mended in the future, but today, no.
All right, I put up some roadblocks for retribution, just because Rexy's like that. Like, in case the person comes with this contact comes back at Rex, so Rex kind of shuffles some things around how to make themselves even further away, and will tentatively step on that thin ice later on.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I think for you, at least in this moment, what Win is saying about them asking for too much probably checks out.
Yeah. So then I then text back to Travis. I'm like, magicked up. Ain't happening.
The hell is this guy? He seems, I don't know. He just seems a little like.
As you're having this conversation, Davian sort of comes around the corner from his kitchen, which is in the back of his living space, with a tray with a big pitcher of lemonade and several glasses.
I was just saying how much of a gracious host you are. This is, thank you. And Travis will, with a flourish, take the tray from him and spin it to the nearest table.
Abby's gonna punch something in her phone.
Thought you were gonna punch Travis for like a hot second.
Honestly, me too. Me too.
And then she'll show her phone to Win, and it's a user interface that is like, it shows a car and stuff, and it says on the way. And she's just it'll say like 10 minutes. So you like to study. Are you sort of a academic in the unnatural arts?
I mean, I suppose you could say that. Yes, it's been a long road to get here. Much study, many exams, and yes, I suppose academic is the best title for me.
That's awesome. I study myself. I'm not really good with the whole punchy uppy stuff, and you know, I try to, you know, what I can. I have been able to acquire a few different physical specimens so that I can observe their physicalities and their DNA makeup and that sort of thing. But my collection is not nearly as impressive as yours.
Yeah, she's got this really nice physical specimen that comes by every now and again.
Abby punches him in the knee.
Interesting. Yes, is it a local or?
No, I do have a acquaintance that on occasion brings me specimens from Europe. Most recently, he brought me I'm not gonna remember what it was. Wendigo? Wendigo skull.
Chupacabra.
Oh, Chupacabra, yeah. There's a Chupacabra skull that I've been doing a lot of research on, and it's quite fascinating.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
Perhaps another time, though, as you have locked a strange woman in my guest closet.
Right. What are we gonna do about her? Is there like a procedure for bad witches in your order?
Well, I think what you're going to do first is fill me in on what happened.
Right. Yeah. So here's what happened.
Oh, and for just, well, I'm being an amenable host. For those of you that are of age, there are things to add to the lemonade in the closet.
Rex and Wynn bounce off each other.
Abby sits oddly still. Like,
Don't mind if I do.
I think one for now will do, Winthrop.
It's just when.
You're the digitized.
So I mean, I think I have a basic understanding of what's happened.
Yeah, so she was messing with people on campus, doing a bit of recruiting for her book club. I mean, we only heard a little bit of what Abby heard in their meeting. I don't know if there's anything more to it than that.
it seems she was trying to recruit others to do such things like hurting people, or, you know, basic spells that allow people to get lucky or spout every single truth they have, which I've tried and it's not great. Eyes Travis looks away.
Interesting. So a revenge sort of tack?
Yeah, it seems like it, or trying to get ahead.
Well, that seems pretty standard.
Yeah. Until she demoned out, basically.
Yeah, a lot of punching. Glowing fists.
I mean, you mentioned demons. Do you sort of have any proof or anything that relates us back to demons, or I mean,
no, she just said that she's been around for centuries, been oppressed for centuries, I guess. So that was my educated guess, but it could be lots of study and hard work. And she like looks over at Wynn and then looks back at him.
And then your phone, Abby says Dragon Ball Z fists, and there's a little gif of like the light ball and the bang, the big punch, and you know, they're like explosions.
She looks at her phone. I I don't know what that is.
The hood drops, and then the voice goes. It says, "Light Ball, One Punch Man. She did it, like, big magic."
Yes, physical punching magic.
Interesting. Well, you all seem to be okay, so it obviously wasn't very effective.
We weren't the ones taking the brunt of it.
Yeah.
Oh?
Yeah. There's others in our group. They
Task
had to-
force.
Colleagues of yours.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, their experience could be of great use.
Yeah.
They're all made of tougher stuff.
They are made of tougher stuff.
It is good to have acquaintances
Yeah.
that are such. Have you left them behind, or are they all right?
They had to work.
Ah. Well, if there is any persuading them to drop by, now's the time. There is a perhaps centuries-old witch in my guest closet.
And I assume you have the capabilities to deal with such a thing? She looks from one to the other.
Theoretically, yes, but if I don't know what I'm dealing with, it becomes a mite harder. Could your friend stop by?
Sal gets the message. Something along the lines of, this guy's asking if you can stop by, looking for more info. Haven't said anything about you, really.
You get a message back. Is the joint safe for me?
Would Rexy know? Probably.
Yeah.
Oh,
Rexy
okay.
knows. Rexy
So-
knows basically everything. Yeah.
So what what's dangerous for you? I would say, other than the guy, yeah.
Asterisk. Sigh. Asterisk. I'll be there in 10.
And then to the other three, Sal will be here in about 10.
She's gonna be here in 10 minutes.
Oh. Well, that solves that then. Well. I suppose we'll wait. Help yourself.
Tell me about the
drinks?
incantations that are in the closet. And
So
Abby
it's
like
really
sits
a-
forward and he's really
I
excited.
mean, he starts to go into this this long sort of drawn explanation of like what's really this a combination of several different manifestations of old magic from different cultures, and he starts to like, and he like excitedly like picks up a notebook and is like drawing out little sketches and kind of
And Abby's
explaining it.
taking notes as she listens.
Anything the rest of you are doing,
Sally
Rexy-
literally goes for a run.
just runs there. I love it. I just love Sally running around the city.
Rexy's listening to, the properties of thorium and the possibilities of using it as a super fuel, and playing Bubble Witch at the same time.
Nice.
Oh man.
Anybody else
Mm.
chilling?
Enjoying this lemonade.
Spiked with what?
Yeah, what'd you put in it?
What do you have? I don't
Whatever
know.
you want,
Wind's
pretty
not
much.
wind's not classy. It's like
Oh.
vodka or something. I don't know.
Oh, Rexy pulled out bourbon and lemonade.
Oh,
And then,
yeah, that's a good one.
Also, too, Rexy pulled out a snap straw in their pocket, and are like, feed it in under the under the paintball mask and slurping.
Good.
So
All right, we all hang out. Sally, you show up a few minutes later.
Yeah.
Now the gang's all here.
Little sweaty, but good to go.
Hey.
Looking around for things that might be bad for Sally. In the doorway, like probably kicks the welcome mat a little bit, making sure there's nothing under there.
Maybe roll to read a bad situation.
Okay.
It's fine. Things are fine.
Okay. And that's read a bad sitch. What are you again? Yeah, it's sharp.
Plus sharp, yes.
Okie dokie. I don't think this would apply, but I'm just gonna ask since she ran here. It's just +1 forward. I don't think that really applies for sharp though.
No, I don't think your running helps you
Yeah,
in this
I didn't think
particular
so.
situation.
I didn't think so.
It never
Just
hurts
thought
to
I'd
ask,
ask.
though. Y'all,
Oh my god.
Shit.
Had 3
y'all are on
sixes
some
in a
shit
row.
right now.
666. Oh god.
All right. Well,
Hey,
okay.
you might misread the
Experience.
situation. Yeah, mark that XP. So on a miss, you might misread the situation. You might reveal tactical details to your enemies, which means Keeper can ask questions of you. I'm not going to ask questions of you. I don't think you see anything. I think you see some wardings that you're probably familiar with, basic protection sigils, things like that, but nothing for you.
Okay. She'll knock on the front door.
All right. So Davian goes to answer it and kind of pulls the door open and says, "Oh, welcome. You must be."
Sally.
I realize now they didn't tell me your name. Yes, come in, come in.
Nice digs.
Actually, she did. She said Sally will be here in 10
Oh,
minutes.
did she? Oh, great.
He wasn't paying attention. It's fine.
No, he wasn't. He's focused on other stuff. All right. Well, Sally, welcome to my humble home. Come in. We were just discussing the witch your friends have imprisoned here, and I heard you had quite the encounter.
Yeah, we traded some punches, but you know, we took care of it.
I saw. She's been unconscious for quite a while.
Well, that might have been Rexy, but
You don't see the smile. The paintball mask smiles.
I know about it. Yes. Well, I suppose the next step is to figure out what should be done.
Y'all need to be here for that.
Well, it's really a matter of interest at this point.
Wynn, Travis, Rex, there's the car's here.
Oh, yeah. I'm assuming you don't need me here for this, Davian. I'm gonna...
Actually, no. I do think you should stay.
I was about to say, do I get here and everybody leaves? What kind of party is
I'll
this?
stay.
Yeah, it's something to do with you, just a test tomorrow, and, gotta prep for that.
Try again.
Well,
Nah, Win, come on.
No.
You haven't seen your friend in a while.
the car needs a licensed driver at the wheel.
Oh, I'm one of those.
She steps on Travis's toe.
Yep. That sounds about right. So I'm just gonna head on out. Good to see you.
I think this will be a good opportunity for you to advance your studies, especially because there are exams that need to be taken, studies that need to be finished, which you are quite behind on. Actually, about 6 months at this point. So you're.
Come on, Hex. You gotta bump up that grade point average, yeah?
Yeah, it's not that kind of exam.
I know.
Then how about grave point average? 'Cause, like,
Travis.
It's also not that kind of exam. What have you told your friends that we do here?
Literally nothing.
Well, that seems right.
I don't know. I assumed it was spooky shit.
I assumed it was you take threats out in one way or another.
Oh, that's dark. Oh shit.
You know what Ajax does, right?
Ajax.
He's a monster hunter, yeah.
Yeah, my friend.
The hunky one. The one she
No,
Has
Travis,
a,
please stop. Please stop.
And
You dating a hunter?
No, he's
She
not my
should.
boyfriend.
that's what she said.
Can we please move on?
and a pre-recorded message comes up that's like a video of like it's like a CIA video that says something about and then in Cambodia blah 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 and so many millions slaughtered, you know, sort of like to change the subject back to hey, so what if they take out threats, human governments, you know?
Yeah.
It's sort of paranoia thing that comes up and is like Pol Pot killed 16 million of his own people.
All right, Rexy.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Rex, you must be fun at parties.
Oh, they're great at parties.
Rex is just this.
Hell yeah.
So,
I love
anyways,
them.
witch in the closet.
Right, there
Right.
is a witch in my closet.
I think I've seen that
it
episode of
seems
Are You
like-
Afraid of the Dark?
It seems like we all have some things to speak about, so if you'd like to stick around, you're welcome.
Nice.
Do I feel like I have a choice?
Nope,
Okay.
you don't. If you must leave, so be it. But we should really figure out what all this is about, and there will be some debriefing after this is all over. So perhaps you all should stay a while.
I agree.
And Rex puts their feet up on a nice cozy ottoman and leans back in a chair.
Let's get this over with then.
Yeah, I already put the witch down once. I can do it again if we need to.
Yeah. That was cool.
I'll admit something, Trav. It was fun.
Yeah.
This is great lemonade. Is this hand squeezed?
It is actually. More on that later. We should check on your Brianna. She's very quiet. And he sort of starts to make his way down the hallway to the bedroom where you have locked her in the closet.
Follow.
And rounds the corner and says, "Oh dear."
What? Scooby Doo.
Yeah. Do 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 do.
The bedroom before you is in tatters. It is scorched to hell. And the closet door is wide open.
I didn't do it.
Travis hits win. Did you lock it?
I swear I locked.
Did you fucking lock it?
Yeah, I locked it.
Did you seal the magical seal on the door?
Did you seal the magical seal on the door?
Yeah. Magic seal.
When I am just disappointed. I'm not even mad. Just disappointed.
Wah, wah, wah.
Well,
Does that mean she's loose? Does that mean she's loose and she knows what we all look like?
Either that or she exploded.
Maybe she's
Maybe
still
the
in the
years
house.
caught up with her.
yeah, I'm thinking we'd see pieces if that was the case. So I'm gonna go with the first one. She probably got out.
She went out to explode somewhere else.
Davian,
Deep.
do you have any way to track magic users?
Certainly try. Well, it's going to be a fun evening for us all then. And luckily this is relatively easy to clean up.
I'll
I'm
help
going
clean
to stay a
up.
bit longer than planned.
Well, why don't we just look back in time and see what happened and where she went?
I think that seems reasonable.
Sounds like a fun little trick.
Easy enough.
You can look back in time.
Yes, Travis. Yes, I can.
Winthrop, I believe you can as well. If we've been practicing.
Abby's got it.
How come you never taught me that one? That's cool.
Hey, didn't you try that one time and you like got stuck, Hax? Like, went real rough.
Yeah. I think that was the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
What were you doing looking back in time in a bathroom?
Okay, let's move on, please.
You fucking
Davian,
pervert.
do you mind giving me a hand with this?
You were there.
I know Rex like punches Travis in the arm and is like shrugs like.
Travis and Rob might have forgotten.
Amazing. Of course, my dear. Win. You want
Yeah.
to assist as well?
Yeah.
Or at least observe myself and your friend.
Assist.
So yeah, you get ready to do this thing. And when I think as you make your way into sort of the center of this burned out husk of a bedroom and a closet, you hear something sort of jingle or like clink as your foot knocks into something small on the floor.
What is it?
It looks like a small silver charm bracelet of some kind.
Ooh, neat. I'm gonna pick it up.
Hey, I found it. I'll grab it before he does.
The hell?
You-
Are you feeling insecure about your time travel bathroom? Medium-sized son of a bitch.
and Rex puts his phone in Travis's face and was filming that at the time and shows a clip where Travis is standing there watching it.
Oh, that's what we were doing.
Stop.
Shit, I really gotta pay more attention.
I've been telling you that for like years. Okay.
It would be wrong to teleport him away from here. It would be wrong to do that. All right. I just take the charm bracelet and I guess does it explode in my hand or is it just?
It does not.
Okay.
But your target did lose something that you
Yeah.
soon found.
Aha.
Yeah. This might come in handy. I have been studying Davian, so I could use this to help. Anyway, let's do this first.
All right. You prepare
Yeah.
Rex
to
is,
try.
Rex is out of the room and behind Sally because one of the last times this happened, Sally's arm snapped in half and Rex got thrown across the room. So
Sally is absentmindedly rubbing that arm as well.
I'm doing the magic, not Win. Do I get a +1 because of?
Yeah, can I aid or?
Yeah, we're gonna
Help.
find out. So, when you can roll to help,
Oh boy.
you
that's a
so
cool roll.
choose. You as a player do have a choice.
Do I?
Yes, you as a
I
player.
could interfere.
You could. You can also interfere.
I'll roll and then decide what I do.
Okay.
Travis is going to keep an eye on Win and stand near Abby to mom arm if necessary.
Okay.
Everyone's so protective of Abby.
Hey, I remember that you got hurt last time.
So a 9, so I can help or interfere, but I also expose myself to trouble or danger.
Yes.
So I
Someone
will
like you.
I will help, and I
Okay.
guess I am exposed.
You're exposed.
get a +1 to use
So you
magic?
do get a +1. You are also going to get a second +1. Get Davian backing you up. So add +2 to that mofo.
12. Sweet.
All right.
Magic
so
works without issue.
She doubled the sixes. Nice. That was the trick the whole time.
Yeah.
Bam.
Abby is going to observe another place or time. So she is going to observe this place about 10 minutes, like whatever we think the time period is that she escaped. And so you guys see Abby start this ritual and then her eyes just go black. And she just kind of stands still and looks around the room like a person in VR for the first time, like, oh, this is weird.
Interesting. Okay. So yeah, Abby's eyes go black, and Abby, you sort of feel yourself, almost that like weird, if you're a fan of roller coasters, that very first kind of dropping sensation where you feel like your stomach is being kind of like pulled out from under you. This weird kind of drop as you drop yourself into another time. You look around and you see a few minutes ago, before the room was destroyed and burnt out. And I think just kind of on the like the very periphery of your vision, you can see like the outlines, almost like shadows, of your friends, of Wynn standing near you, of Davian standing near you, and then kind of far off, just a tiny glimmer of Rex like poking out from behind Sally in the hallway, and Travis nearby, ready to sort of grab you if something goes wrong, and occasionally this like shimmer of him kind of waving his hand in front of your face, but he's not waving it where you are standing anymore, so that's where you assume your body is. You look around, and you sort of move, almost kind of like phasing through furniture, walls, that kind of thing, and you can see into the closet in this room where Brianna was being held. You can see her awake and finishing sort of prying off the tape that is holding her hands together. And you see her very briefly sort of look around, kind of take in her surroundings, up, down, kind of very quickly, taking in the sigils that are around her, and looking for a weak point. She goes to one corner of the closet, kind of at the very, very edge, kind of pressing herself up against the wall, and you see her put her hands together, and there is this look crosses her face of like intense focus, and just for a second in the middle of her hands there's a spark, and it is enough to draw a line in the wood of this door and break one of the sigils, and then from there is just this huge blast of light, and the door sort of flies off, and everything sort of scatters, and these scorch marks kind of left across the room. You see her step out of the closet, dust herself off a little bit, look around, and then just for a second her eyes lock onto you, and she winks and she disappears.
Abby blinks back. Oh my god.
You all right?
She's really powerful.
Well, yeah, I mean,
How do you know?
She saw me.
I have a very important question.
Yeah.
Was the door locked?
Or it was locked.
Locked. But she saw me through my spell.
Huh. Look to Davian.
I've never had that happen before.
yeah, how did that happen if that was past her and Abby hadn't cast the spell yet? And
Well, Travis, in
hate
the spell,
time
I
travel.
can't actually physically change anything that's happened, so it's not.
It's all time.
Yeah,
It's time is not a straight line.
it is. Anyways,
Time
Damien,
is weird.
I've never seen that happen before. What was that?
Something I didn't expect to find here in Georgia.
And what's that?
Democrats.
Davian almost cracks a smile. 'Cause
I'm
he's a better
sorry.
actor than me. And then,
You guys miss me?
God, that was funny.
Did
Oh
you
my
guys-
God.
so much. I think he sort of looks around to all of you and says, I think I know the coven we're dealing with. But you'll find out next time.
What do you mean next time, Davian? We're standing right here.
But you'll find out next time on the Davian Files. Because we're going to go ahead and
Show within a show. Sorry. Anyways.
we're going ahead and end our session there because we're pushing our end time. Good job, everybody.
Yeah.
We accomplished a lot of stuff. We did a lot more rolling this time, which was very exciting. And you guys got a lot of XP.
Yeah.
I
But
didn't
roll-
do shit.
Did you roll it all?
I rolled for things that happened off screen. I didn't even roll for today.
You're
I
getting
rolled. I rolled for Savvy and I's conversation a week ago.
And I waited until today just in case, because if you failed, I wanted you to get the XPs.
Oh, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
next
okay.
time
I think
when you
last time LB rolled like once, so
Yeah.
it comes back around.
Oh yeah.
When you
it
heist
happens
the,
to Rex a lot of times.
Yeah, I was gonna say I already leveled like 3 times. I think I'm due for a. Like, let's back it up, Travis.
Well, while we're talking about XP,
Oh, that's right.
at the end of each session, the keeper will ask you the following questions.
Oh, that's right.
Did we conclude the current mystery?
We
Don't think so.
concluded the mystery of whether or not Wynn magically sealed the closet. It was a big fat no.
Did you save someone from certain death or worse?
Yeah.
I would,
Technically, I saved Win,
yeah, I would
Yeah,
say so.
or Win saved himself.
Yeah, that too. That tracks. Also, theoretically, the rest of the book club. Rex.
yeah,
That's true.
Well, yeah,
That's
like
true.
we postponed terrible shit happening, so
Yeah.
Yeah. Rex might have saved the book club and also whoever they were after, so yeah. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Yeah, apparently really old witches are really dangerous. Witches are bitches. Bitches, witches get
Bitches.
stitches.
Yes, they do.
Did we learn something new and important about the hunter? One of the hunters, or any of the hunters, or all of the hunters?
You guys learned about Ajax.
Wynn doesn't answer his emails.
We and did anybody else kind of? No, I guess it was just me and Sally. So I was gonna say they might have learned that Sally is susceptible to certain things, but it's just us. So
Not yet.
I think we learned some things though.
I think so.
Things were learned.
Wynn has a weird symbol on his hand.
Yes, yes, I learned that.
Yes, there we go.
Wynn doesn't know about that though.
Oh,
Abby does.
Abby does.
Yeah.
And
Abby
it-
will remember this.
And for the purposes of end of session things, Abby learning something
Counts
counts,
for
as XP for all of you.
Yeah.
So that's how that works. So that's 3
That's why
yes
I'm
answers,
the
so
expert.
2
Wow.
XP for everyone.
Woo!
Oh boy.
Level up.
Proud of you.
Nice.
oh, it was 2.
Well, I kind of
Okay.
also pissed off my mom in the process, so don't
Mm.
be too happy for me.
Worth it.
Sally learned something new and important about the world, and it's that mom was like, fuck off.
Fuck off, leave me alone, I'm busy.
Dude, I
Right.
love the Switch.
Hmm?
Great job, everybody.
Yay!
Thanks for playing, and thanks for just walking into the lion's den and looking
Yeah.
shit up because it's super interesting. Yeah, so we will be back in it feels like a year from now. In 2
Yeah.
weeks. We'll be back in 2 weeks on Sunday the 27th
Halloween show.
of October. And if you're willing and able, I expect some spooky shit. Yay! From all of you. So we'll talk about that.
I'll dress up as Sally, dressed up in a Norwal Kigurumi. How's that?
That sounds good. But yeah, so you are tracking a witch very close to Halloween. So expect some spooky shit, or at least we're gonna make some Halloween jokes or
Oh
something.
God, it's just turning into Hocus Pocus.
I was gonna say The Craft, but we could do Hocus Pocus.
Hey!
I found her.
We're ready.
Found her.
How? There she is.
He's done it.
Get her. No.
Jesus
yeah, so
H.
we'll-
Christ.
The H is for Hocus. But yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks, right before Halloween, for a spooky episode in which you will hunt a witch or die trying, I guess, because you guys just keep setting off fire alarms and then accidentally setting other shit on fire. So here we go. But until then, we'll miss you so much. But we have a lot of our other shows going on. We will not have Saturday nights this week on Saturday because some of us are traveling, but we'll have other stuff. We have a Tidefall on Wednesday for D&D, and a bunch of other stuff to do in the meantime. Listen to Cyberscape. It's really fun. We play Dungeon World and act like we know a lot about MMOs. Listen to Storyboard, where I pretend like I know how to run Cypher, and Sean plays a superhero. And we've got a lot of stuff on our YouTube, and all of these fools that are around me are doing a lot of stuff and playing and running a lot of games. So check out their Twitters and their channels, because they're all great. It's great content, and as long as you hang out with us, you'll never be bored. So yeah. Any final announcements anybody wants to make? Anything you want to say? Any last words?
If you guys aren't doing anything after this, go to Pro Restarter show and I'll be on there at 8.
Absolutely. Go hang out with them. So yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks, and until then, good game. Okay, hunting.
Whatever, man.
Yeah, for
Good dropping nuts on the floor.
Hey.
And good night, internet.
Good night, internet.
All right.